What is up, YouTube? This is Midnight Sports here, and today we are going to be going through a connected franchise with the Buccaneers. This is the most recent roster, having changes from the 2015 NFL Draft. Draft is not done yet. While I'm doing this, it's in the 5th round, I think. The last time I checked, the Texans were picking, if you want to know, like, exactly whenever I'm doing this. I downloaded this morning, and, I kind of like the roster. So, since the Buccaneers had the first overall pick, I thought, hey, why don't we do a connected franchise as an owner with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And, yeah, the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to do it. So here I am. So this is just going to be an introduction video, going to be showing you the roster, what changes I want to work with, and stuff like that. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen with this and the settings. So the settings, it's on all MAdden, 10-minute quarters, and I'm going to upgrade the slide. I'm going to mess around with the sliders a little bit more to make it more realistic. And also, this may seem confusing, but whenever I'm commentating on a game, whenever, let's say I throw an interception or I get a fumble, I'm not going to say, wow, I shouldn't have gone through that hole, or wow, I shouldn't have thrown it into triple coverage. I'm going to say it like the player did it, not like me. I'm going to say it like the player has made that mistake. So, without further ado, here we are. Alrighty, guys, so I think Jameis Winston should deserve to start. We will see what happens. I think we can get a good second-round pick for Mike Glennon. He's got height, and he's got the weight. He didn't really, whenever I looked at the stats, he didn't really show too much. I mean, they didn't really have a great offensive line. So, I mean, I guess that's why he couldn't really make anything happen. But I think Jameis Winston should deserve the hype, the start, and I think it'll make more people come to the games if you have that #1 overall pick from Florida State coming to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. So, we move on to the halfback. This guy on your screen, Doug Martin, my opinion, a terrible running back. He gets injured too much. He had that great second half of the season in his rookie year, and they had like a nickname for him, like the Power Hamster or something, or like the Powerful Hamster Wheel. I have no idea what it was, but to me, he gets injured too much, and he's inconsistent. And I think that we should trade him away and get a better running back in free agency, or we can trade him away, get some draft picks, and get our team, that much better. So as we move on to wide receiver here, Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson, two of our most deadliest receivers. Everyone else, we don't really have that third wide receiver. It's really Louis Murphy Jr. Honestly, I've never heard of him in my life. But Mike Evans here, this man was a legit beast last year in the second half of the season, getting a couple games to where he caught 2 touchdown passes or more in a game. And, he was just absolutely amazing. Really showed what he was last year and what he could be. Vincent Jackson, injuries, he's had some injury problems, but, whenever he is in there, he's pretty amazing as well. So we move on to tight ends, very young tight ends with height and the weight to be pretty much like a Rob Gronkowski. Looks like Luke Stalker is going to be the starter. I really like how he's 6'6", and he has, he has 250, he weighs 253 pounds. This guy weighs a little bit more though. We'll see what happens, but it looks like Luke Stalker is going to be winning that battle. Now as we move into the offensive line, this is where you see why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were absolutely horrendous last year. You have this guy right here, DeMar Dotson, 6'9", 315 pounds. That is just crazy. And then you have 6'7", 6'6", so very tall guys on the line. These guys, I think, could develop. This man right here, Matt Patchen, could really develop into something and maybe possibly take this guy's spot. But as of now, I think Dotson's going to get the start. Now here is a very, very good signing here. Even though he's old, he still has something left in the tank. 6'4", 308 pounds, Logan Mankins. Did a great job protecting Tom Brady in the years he was with the Patriots. And, you know, I really can't wait to see him on the field for us in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform. As we move on to center, not really much to work with. We have Evan Dietrich Smith from Idaho State. He weighs 308, 6'2". Not really anyone else we can put in that spot. So, not really giving us too much to work with here. Now, this is where I have some questions. I'm saying Al Murpet should get the start, but I'm going to see how Omame plays. I can't say these names. Jeez. Mispronouncing things is my thing. Like, I will always mispronounce things. So, yeah. So if you get mad at me, I'm sorry. It's what I do. It's pretty much my hidden talent. So anyway, Patrick, I'm interested to see what he has to offer. And but I think Murpet will be getting the start, so I'm going to move him up here. And as we move on to right tackle, Donovan Smith, it looks like he's going to get the start. As we move on to defense now, really, really interested to see who wins this battle here. I'm projecting Lawrence Sidbury. He has more experience, and I think he seems a little bit more quicker. He seems... Oh, I can't really say that now. Never mind. I thought this guy weighed a bit more, but never mind about that. But as we get into here, this guy has a little bit more on the fitness moves. This guy can block shed just a tad better. He has better pursuit. This guy has the play recognition, which really separates him. Both have the same tackling power, and wow, they are the exact same speed. So I don't know. It's going to be neck and neck with these guys. It's going to be really interesting to see what they bring to the table. I can't really put anyone in front of one or the other. So we're going to move on to right end now, and we see George Johnson, and he's going to be going up against Larry English. English was with the San Diego Chargers for a couple years, and I don't know. I think George Johnson is going to end up getting the start, but you know what? We'll just have to see. We move on to defensive tackle, and here we see Gerald McCoy and Henry Milton. These two guys are the key to our run-stopping success. These guys can stop the run. We should be set. Also, this man requires 2 people, so it's going to allow for Larry English or George Johnson, or even, come on, work now, or even Smith to get loose and possibly sack the quarterback on a 3rd and long play. So that is very good. Good thing that we have those defensive tackles. Gives us something good to work with. As we move on to left outside linebacker, we see Bruce Carter. No doubt he's going to be the starter. And we move on to middle linebacker. We have some trouble here. We only have one decent middle linebacker. No one else who I can see who can really step up here. And we move on to right outside linebacker, and we have a gem here in Levante David. 2 years experience, so many years ahead of him, and he can just grow and grow, and he could be that Derek Brooks for us in the future. So now, cornerbacks, Ultron Werner, another terrific signing. And this guy is pretty much going to be their shutdown corner, the guy who is going to lead their secondary. You have Jonathan Banks, who I think can develop into a very, very good cornerback, and Mike Jenkins here, who's another decent cornerback. As we move on to free safety, some questions arise. Chris Cotty, not really the best guy to put at the position, and I'm going to be looking for improvements here as well as halfback. Now, this strong safety position, I think I can handle this. I think this will be good. Major Wright, you know, pretty decent player. I think he can hold that strong safety position down, and I think that he'll be I think he's a good addition to this team. We move on to the kicker. Not the best. He's I don't know what to say. It looks like we're going to be needing to sign a kicker in the free agent, from the free agent market or the free agent pool, and as well as a punter. Oh, yikes. Okay. Kick returner, pretty much got it set. MAdden, Solomon MAdden, looks like he's going to be our guy, our kick returner. And as well as our punt returner. And no one really cares about this kickoff thing, but Conan, our punter, is going to be kicking off. And Logan Mankins, Dietrich Smith, and Omame are going to be the guys who are our lead blockers. And the third down running back as of now is yours truly, Doug Martin. So that is our roster for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go into free agency, see who we can find, and hopefully find a gem there. So it looks like Sean Marino will be the man. Looks like he's the guy, 27 years of age. I think he's the guy's time. And for that left tackle position, decided Jake Long, man, decided 1 year, see how he does. So those guys are getting Sean Marino is in depth chart as of now. See that left tackle position. Jake Long replaces Bernard Dawson, and this is why this is actually a really good. More than better, because Dawson is one of our better linemen. He knows 7-7 overall, and he can come in and he can go and fill the spots. Let's say that Dietrich Smith needs a break, and they don't want to put in Alhola. How do you say his name? Let's say they don't want to put in Alhola. They can go and put in Dawson because he has a decent overall. He may not feel like let's say they want to not yeah, they want to take Smith out for a break. They just put Dawson there. So yeah,